Dwarfs, commonly referred to as little people in much of the world, are people of short stature who are less than 4 feet 10 inches tall as an adult. Of the more than 200 conditions that can cause dwarfism, the most common type is achondroplasia, which causes 75% of cases and affects about 1 in 25,000 people. This condition makes people's arms and legs shorter than their heads or trunks, and most cases are caused by spontaneous gene defects, meaning parents of most dwarfs are average height, like Full Stop's parents. My name is Dennis Duke Wonyala. Go follow me on Instagram at Dennis Duke Huge. Now, such stories are the kind of stories I'll be bringing you on this particular channel. And just make sure you subscribe. And just like they say, disability is not inability. Our brother Full Stop is striving very hard to say that he becomes at least somebody in the future, somebody that wants to inspire other people with different abilities on their bodies. Let's not call them disabilities, let's call them different abilities, because they are blessed in a different way. 27-year-old Dan Chizito, commonly known as Full Stop, was born in Namayumba district in a family of 9 siblings and 2 parents of average heights. For him, he was born normal but fell sick and taken to the hospital 2 days after. Doctors failed to get what exactly was the disease and instead administered what he said wrong drugs, which could have led to the situation. After falling sick, the doctors did all they could, but in the process, things went bad. As a result, they stunted my growth. My mother tried everything, but it was too late, he tells us. Like kids of his time, Full Stop did not get an opportunity to go to school since he was denied paternity by his father.
Because nalimo yandabanga ndimo embeera ey'obulemu.
I was rejected by my father just after my birth. He even divorced my mom. Life was hard. My mother tried all she could, but couldn't afford because she didn't have any job at the moment. Because of lack of awareness about the condition and causes of dwarfism, acceptance of little people in Africa is still low. Full Stop says discrimination deterred him from attaining education and employment because of the false notion that little people are mentally challenged. In fact, he was always bullied back in school. They used to abuse me, beat me, and the worst part was that I couldn't do anything other than crying. Even now, I still face the same challenges, only that now I am an adult and try so much to deal with every challenge I face, he tells us. Full Stop, a father of 2, was determined to get love. Unlike other people like him who go in for their kind, Full Stop went in for a taller woman than him. But the biggest challenge of his life came when he wanted to marry. Full Stop says his would-be mother-in-law said diminishing words which still haunts him up to this date. I was disrespected by all her family members, including her sisters and her mother. They asked their daughter whether I am the only man in the world, and of all people, why didn't she choose somebody else over me? He tells us. After the incident, Full Stop told his wife to leave since he couldn't put up with her family drama. Unfortunately, she was pregnant at the time. That same evening, I had a discussion with my wife to find a way forward. To my surprise, she insisted we stay together and fight back every challenge. This to me was everything, and what followed after is now Full Stop says that barriers continue at every level. For example, facilities like universities, hospitals, churches, among others, are not equipped for people like him. There are facilities where you need to use the steps, using public transport, among others. This makes us fail to access these services, yet we need them on a daily basis, he tells us. Full Stop, despite everything he has gone through in life, he chose to break the barriers and live differently. He is a comedian, actor, dancer, and a businessman. All this as a result of his situation. I was introduced to my former boss and comedian Amot Ombalanguzi after I'd just left my village. He accepted me the way I was. We used to move to different places to perform, and that changed my life forever until today. Full Stop's dream is now to set up businesses and facilities that can help people like him earn a living and better themselves. I want to give hope to people with disabilities like me. I don't want them to go through the life I went through. No matter how small it is, I will try my best, he tells us. In Uganda, there are about 5,000 dwarfs according to Little People of Uganda, LPU, a support organization for little people and their parents. Official government data has not yet been collected. Dwarfism is hardly discussed in our society, yet little people have salient issues of discrimination that need to be addressed. Most little people cannot find any other employment apart from crude entertainment, where most of them are exploited. This is due to the misconception that little people are only good for circus. Many mothers of children with dwarfism are abandoned by their men. This makes it very hard for single mothers, most of whom have no gainful employment, to meet the medical, education, and other needs of their children. Dwarfism refers to a group of conditions characterized by shorter than normal skeletal growth, and there are over 200 conditions that can lead to dwarfism, each with its own distinctive features. These conditions affect the bone and cartilage growth and result in disproportionate short stature. About 80% of the children born with the disorder have average-sized parents. The government of Uganda is beginning to study the challenges little people face in society, because they, just like other people, can become useful members of society through education, employment, and social adjustment. The current national policy on disability does not include little people, but the revised policy will design ways to cater to their needs after the government collects more information about them. My name is Dennis Duke Onyala. Thank you so much for joining us today. Follow me on Instagram at Dennis Duke UG. Until then, it's a goodbye.
Them.